her. I stood up and grabbed my jacket. "That's a good sign. I believe you. That's how I know you're ready for some strange." I often ignored these types of comments from Scott. "I need to stop by Verizon first and get a new battery," I said, waving my phone. "What is that?" "A cell phone. Pretty sure you've seen one before." "First of all, no one says cell phone anymore. Second, that's not a phone, that's an artifact. We should ship it to the Smithsonian and get you an iPhone." On the way out, we passed Kitty, the coffee cart girl. "Hello, gentlemen," I smiled. Kitty, she blushed. Scott said nothing until we got into the elevator. "You should tap that. She totally wants you. She's a child. She's a college graduate. I hired her. Not my type. Her name is Kitty." "All right, now you're just being mean." He seemed minimally offended on Kitty's behalf. "I'm fine. Why is it everyone's mission in life to set me up? I'm fine." "Clock's a-tickin'. Guys don't have clocks. You're 36. That's young." "Not compared to Kitty." The elevator doors opened, and we stepped into the lobby. A giant print of one of my photos ran the length of a wall. "See that, Matt? That gets women wet." It's a picture of an Iraqi child holding an automatic weapon. "The Pulitzer you got for it, genius, not the picture." He crossed his arms over his chest. "That was a good year for you." "Yeah, it was. Professionally, anyway. I'm telling you, you have to use that to your advantage. You have a moderate amount of celebrity because of that photo. It's worked in my favor." "How did it work for you, exactly?" "I might have borrowed your name for a night, once or twice." I laughed. "That's disgraceful, man. Kitty's into you. You should give that little hottie what she wants. You know there are rumors about her." "Even more reason to stay away." "No, good rumors. Like she's crazy. A little animal." "And that's good how?" We made our way outside and headed for the subway station on West 57th to catch the F train. Midtown is always congested at that hour, but we were nearing the end of winter. The sun, beating down between the buildings, drew even more people out onto the street. I weaved in and out of the masses while Scott trailed me. Right before we reached the station entrance, he spoke loudly from behind. "She'd probably be into anal." I stopped and faced him at the top of the steps going down. "Scott, this conversation is wrong in so many ways. Let's just end it here, okay?" "I'm your boss." "Exactly." I trotted down the steps toward the turnstiles. There was an old woman playing a violin at the bottom of the steps. Her clothes were dingy, and her hair was a gray, matted mess. The strings on her bow were hanging off like floating foxtails, but she was playing Brahms flawlessly. When I threw $5 in her case, she smiled. Scott shook his head and pulled me along. "I'm trying to keep you happy and productive, Matt." I swiped my Metro card. "Give me a raise. That will keep me happy and productive." The station was crowded. A train was pulling up, but we were stuck behind a huge group of people who were pushing toward the front like they had somewhere important to be. Scott was content to hang back and stare at a woman who had her back toward us. She stood near the edge of the platform, rocking from heel to toe, balancing on the thick yellow line. There was something striking about her. Scott elbowed me and then waggled his eyebrows and mouthed, "Nice ass." I wanted to punch him in the neck. The more I looked at the woman, the more I felt drawn to her. She had one thick blonde braid running down her back. Her hands were shoved into the pockets of her black coat, and it occurred to me that, like a child, she was teetering joyously to the rhythm of the violin echoing against the station walls. When the train finally pulled up, she let people rush past her.